Hello there. I just wanted to make this hopefully short video to express just how excited I am for the upcoming 60th anniversary specials. In particular, the second special, Wild Blue Yonder. This isn't scripted, so apologies in advance if I fumble my words like I almost did then, and if I pause, I'll try and cut out some of the pauses. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about how much I'm really looking forward to that second special in particular. And ultimately, the reason for that is, at the time of recording this video, which is early September, we know next to nothing about it. All we know is it's going to air at some point in November, and obviously in the middle of the 3 specials. We know the title, Wild Blue Yonder. We know it's written by Russell T Davies, and 9 times out of 10, that means it's going to be a well-written episode. And then the only other thing we know, well, obviously we know that David Tennant and Catherine Tate will be in it, at least. But the only footage we've seen in the, is it 2 trailers we've had so far? I think it's 2. We've only seen the Doctor and Donna in what looks like the TARDIS. In a way, it looks like the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, but I highly doubt it's that. Mainly because I think the whole thing's been demolished, sadly. And that's it. We have no other context or idea what's going on. Because even within those short clips we see, the BBC were really clever and put that filter on it to make it look like it was glitching out. And this is part of the reason I'm so excited for this episode. Clearly, there's something really huge that's going to happen in this episode that Russell T Davies and everyone else in the BBC is trying to keep under wraps. And again, that feeds into why I'm so excited for the episode, because if I remember correctly, before this trailer came out, I think in Doctor Who magazine, I forget which issue, but in one of the issues that has come out this year in 2023, Russell gave an interview where he was talking about the trailer that came out on Christmas Day, and he was saying that the trailer had no footage whatsoever from episode 2, and that was a deliberate thing because I think he said something like there was not much footage they could show from that episode because so much of it would be a spoiler. And that just makes me so excited for the episode. And if I was to speculate as to what's actually going to be in this episode and why the BBC are trying to keep it under wraps, what percentage should I put on it? 90%, I'll say. 90% sure that this episode is going to be like the main anniversary celebrations. And what I mean by that is if there are going to be any returning Doctors or returning companions besides the 10th Doctor, well, not the 10th Doctor, the 14th Doctor and Donna, besides them, I think if we're to get more returning characters, it will be in this episode. And if any of the 3 specials is likely to be a multi-Doctor story, it's this one, and that is why I can't wait for the episode. Like I said, we know nothing about it, and obviously that's because there's something huge in this episode. We don't know what. I can only assume at the moment it's going to be something returning from previous eras. Before I wrap up this video, I just very quickly want to talk about the title. There isn't much to say about the title, Wild Blue Yonder, which I can barely even say. But even that gets me fascinated, because when you look at the other specials titles, like let's look at The Giggle first of all. Funny title. The Giggle, I think, is a reference to the villain of the episode, which we all are pretty sure is the Celestial Toy Maker, but we don't know that for sure. And from the clips we've seen and the trailers, it looks like one of the things he does is he implants a giggle in everyone's minds. It's a bit reminiscent of The End of Time, actually, and how the Master got inside people's heads. I do hope Russell doesn't just repeat the same plot device. But anyway, yeah, so the giggle, I think, is a reference to this big event that's driving everyone mad, as the Doctor says in the trailer. So we know what that's referring to. And then the Star Beast, that's literally referencing Beat the Meat, who is known from the comics from, is it the 70s or the 80s? Yeah, so that's all that title means. But Wild Blue Yonder, I should have looked into this before doing this video actually. I think that's just a reference to adventuring. Actually, let's look into it now. Wild Blue Yonder. It's an interesting title. And I'm always a fan of titles that don't have the in front of them. So that's part of the reason it stands out for me. Right. The Wild Blue Yonder is a 2005 science fiction fantasy film. That's probably not strictly relevant. Here we go. Collins Dictionary. Into the Wild Blue Yonder definition and meaning. A journey to a faraway place which is unfamiliar or mysterious. Yeah, so I haven't already said this in the video, but from those very few clips we've seen of that second special, it looks like the Doctor and Donna are journeying somewhere they've never been before, and it's perhaps somewhere the show itself has never been. God knows where, I've got no ideas at this moment in time, but that is why I'm so excited for the episode, because we know nothing about it. It looks like they're journeying to a place that's never been seen before in the show, and I am 90% sure we're going to get at least one returning Doctor or companion. I could be completely wrong. They could appear in episode 1 or episode 3 for all I know, but I think a big reason why Russell's hiding this episode is because episode 2 or special 2 is when we get all the spoilers and all the fan service, and that's why I can't wait for it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, despite me rambling and not really knowing what I'm saying. If you enjoyed this video, please do give this a like, as your support really does mean the world to me. If this is your first time here and you enjoy Doctor Who content, please consider hitting the subscribe button, as I've got a lot of Doctor Who videos to come as we build up to the 60th anniversary in November. And feel free to let me know in the comments what you think could happen in the second special, or in fact any of the specials. And then after the specials air, we can look back at the comments and see if your predictions are correct. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. See ya!